Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report. We've had some unfortunate injuries, okay? We have Karl Joseph went down, Jonathan Abram earlier in the year. So now I'm going to break down 5 free agents the Oakland Raiders can target to help that defense out a little bit. And I want you guys in the comments section, this entire video, letting me know whether or not you would want this player in the Raiders uniform. We're going to have a little bit of fun too, so stay tuned here. Let's go to TJ McDonald. I've talked about TJ McDonald. God, take a drink, Mitch. I've talked about TJ a little bit on previous episodes before. I think this is ultimately a player. Take a drink. I guess I should drink again, ultimately. That the Raiders could be interested in. So, should the Raiders sign TJ McDonald? Type Y for yes or type N for no. Throw it in the comments section. Now, while you guys are arguing on whether or not the Raiders should sign TJ McDonald, I'm going to tell you what he brings to the table. So he's got 6 years of NFL experience. I understand he was cut by the Dolphins this year, but he is a physical player, and he does look for the big hit. But you need to be able to find a player who can fit into your defense right away. And right now the Raiders need bodies. And if you need a body, why not go out and get a player like TJ McDonald? Now, I did have another player, Hargrave, but he got signed by the Texans. So I took him out of the list. We put TJ McDonald in there. So should the Raiders go after TJ McDonald, type Y for yes, type N for no. This is what he's done, though, the last 4 years, okay? In 2018, 86 tackles. 2017, 45 tackles. Now, a lot of people say, well, Mitch, he wasn't good enough to play for the Dolphins. Sure. But the Dolphins right now are in total rebuild mode. They're getting rid of players that, well, actually, probably would have helped them out. They literally just traded Minkah Fitzpatrick a few weeks ago, and he's probably been the best defensive player in the entire NFL. So, TJ McDonald, let's now look at another player that the Oakland Raiders could target in free agency. If you've watched the Raiders show before, you'll know that I'm a big fan of George Iloka. So should the Raiders sign George Iloka, type 1 for yes or type 2 for no. I'm always going to type my 1 for yes when it comes to George Iloka because I know that he knows the Paul Guenther defense. You're looking at a player who played with the Bengals from 2012 to 2017. That's 6 seasons, 76 starts under Paul Guenther. The Raiders, they've shown interest in Iloka before. They showed interest in him back in 2018. The reason why I want George Iloka is because he can come in tomorrow and know the defense, which is what we need. We need a leader on defense. One of the biggest reasons why it was a huge loss for Vontaze Burfict, he was a captain, but he was also a captain and a player coach out on the field. I think the reason why we give up so many big plays is because players don't know their assignments. And now I'm getting worried because we're about to start playing a lot of guys who haven't really had a lot of playing time. So I understand that he had only 3 games played in 2018. But some of his best years were underneath Paul Guenther. And yes, I'm not looking for the numbers that he put up in 2016 or 2017. But go out and get a player who knows the defense. And I like me some George Iloka. So type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. Would you want George Iloka and some silver and black? Speaking of silver and black, I want to grow the fam to 40K subscribers. So, if you bleed silver and black, type Raider Nation for life in the comments section below. And subscribe, youtube.com/Raiders Report. So, somebody gave me this fortune cookie. I'm going to open it up. Kind of got the munchies now. My fortune, okay. Hang on. You guys subscribe? Raider Nation for life in the comments section. Interesting. You guys better subscribe. I don't even know if you can read it. Can you read it? Can we get there? Nope, that's an ultimate fail. It says subscribe to the Raiders Report. I'm trying to get to 40K subscribers. If you want to put it in front of the screen, I'm all about it. See if we can actually get it. Subscribe to the Raiders Report, the #1 Raiders channel here on YouTube. We break shit down all the time. We have a lot of fun here on the show. And we're gonna actually try to show you that that's what the fortune cookie said. If anybody wants a fortune cookie, oh, it's so dark. It's all good. Appreciate you guys. We had a fortune cookie. If anybody wants a fortune cookie, you let me know. Fortune cookie in the comment section. But seriously, though, once we get to 40K subscribers, I'm going to put out a video, the very first video that I ever made. Let's go to Preston Brown. I know we talked about Preston Brown on the mailbag. So for those of you that are watching this live, the show is live Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and I will be live every Wednesday now during the college football playoffs at 6 p.m. Eastern Time or 3 p.m. Pacific Time. So Preston Brown, should the Raiders sign Preston Brown? And we're going to have a little bit of fun here, okay? I'm going to teach you guys some words. So I lived in Germany for a year. I lived in Cologne, so shout out to Cologne. So should the Raiders sign Preston Brown? Ja is yes in German, and the way that they say no is nein. So type ja for yes or type nein for no. Should the Raiders sign Preston Brown? Now, while y'all are arguing, so Francisco, Jason, JD Brown, y'all are arguing in the comments section. Let me tell you a little bit about Preston Brown. So he was waived by the Bengals on Tuesday. And this is one of those players that I was asked a ton about, okay? He's a veteran linebacker. Now, he doesn't really have the Pro Bowl pedigree. However, okay, this is important. He's never accumulated less than 100 tackles in a season where, okay, he played every single game. But according to Pro Football Focus, he's been the worst defender on the Bengals and one of the worst linebackers in the NFL this season. I'll say this in two ways. One, obviously that's not a good thing. Take a drink, Mitch. The other is it was the Bengals. Tell me a player that actually looked good on the Bengals. Minkah Fitzpatrick did not look good whatsoever on the Dolphins. Why? Because the Dolphins were bad. Maybe Preston Brown, he can come over now to the Raiders because for some reason we like those Bengals players. So this is what he's been doing this year and then 2018, 2017, and 2016. So in 2017, 144. 2016, 139 tackles. I think the biggest reason why you see a player like Preston Brown and why it makes sense is because we're just so thin right now at linebacker, fellas. Like, you got Morrow, you got Compton, Whitehead, Burfict suspended. Marquel Lee, he's not coming back probably until week 13. Kyle Wilbur, ultimately, God, I do say that a lot. All right, I'm not saying it for the rest of the show. It makes sense to go get Preston Brown for the simple fact of finding some depth players. I want to give a shout out to today's sponsor, BetDSI. And I don't remember who told me I say that word a lot. The ultimate sponsor, chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code Raiders120 for 120% deposit bonus. Everyone right now, type BetDSI in the comments section. And I don't know, Jail, Mabin, you can't swear it gets blocked. But let me talk to you guys about BetDSI, okay? The Raiders right now are 5-6 the last 6 games against the spread. We're 10.5-point favorites against the Bengals. Go to BetDSI and bet on the Raiders to beat the Bengals. And if you want a sneaky bet where you can make some extra money, bet on the Raiders to win the AFC West at plus 400 odds right now. We're only a half game behind the Chiefs. Seen some BetDSIs? Jail? Hey, man, you're good. You're good. Let's go to Jermaine Whitehead. Could be a player that you see the Raiders target. I mean, they had him in for a workout on Monday. But should the Raiders sign Jermaine Whitehead? So we're going to get a little Spanish in here, okay? Dylan wants me to say sigh, but I'm not going to do that because you guys probably believe me. So type S for C or type N for no. No? Type S for sigh or type N for no. Should the Raiders sign Jermaine Whitehead? Let me know in the comments section, okay? I'm seeing some no's. I'm seeing some S's. S or N. Let me know. Let me know. So Jermaine Whitehead. I talked about him a little bit on the Rumors show, and I'm going to talk to him about it here because he is a potential free agent target. So they worked him out on Monday, but he was cut after responding to some online criticism, went on a social media rant. It scares me anytime I hear social media rant, near and dear to my heart. But the Raiders, as we know, they desperately do need secondary help. And Jermaine Whitehead, well, he can add a lot of help to that secondary. Now, he's not the most talented player, but when you look at a player who has at least playing experience this season at 41 tackles, the interception, he could still at least add some depth, right, to this team. Because right now, this is what I think the Raiders are going to be looking at this week. You got Trayvon Moore and Isaiah Johnson, 2 rookies. Nevin Lawson, who has not played a lot whatsoever. Now, I don't really know if Lamarcus Joyner is going to play this week. That's why you see Daryl Worley in the nickel. DJ Swearinger just signed him. Eric Harris had a great game. But this is still a very, very unexperienced defense, and I get nervous because I have full confidence in this team being able to beat the Bengals. But you can't sleep on any team ever in the NFL, or else it's going to bite you right in the butt. So I got a giveaway alert. I got your attention. Giveaway alert. Who wants a custom fitted sports jacket? If you want a custom fitted sports jacket, go follow Kashiyama on Instagram right now. Go give him a follow on Instagram right now. It's at Kashiyama Tailors, okay? The link is below. You can see their @ handle there, Kashiyama Tailors. So if you follow Kashiyama Tailor, you get one entry, okay? One entry to our giveaway, sports jacket giveaway, which we'll announce the winner on Sunday. But if you want 10 entries, let's say 10 names in the hat, if you live near Los Angeles, DM me on Instagram. So they're going to be, Kashiyama's going to be in LA. You can see the address below, 555 West 5th Street, 35th floor. Okay, that's where they're going to be on Wednesday, today. Thursday in LA, they're going to be at 811 West 7th Street. So put that in your calendar. Or on Friday through Sunday, they're going to be in Torrance at the Reddick Gateway Hotel. If you need more details on how you can get some entries, how to get a free custom fitted suit, DM me on Instagram at Mitchell Renz 365. But if you live near Los Angeles, man, don't let the opportunity pass you. You're going to really kick yourself in the you-know-where. Let's go now to DeShawn Shead, cornerback. The last player that I think the Raiders could be targeting in free agency right now, okay? So you can show it, I don't care. Who's a better fit for the Raiders, type S or type W? Whitehead or Shead? Let me know in the comments section. Who is a better fit for the Raiders? Type S for Shead or type W for Whitehead. And should the Raiders sign DeShawn Shead? Type O for we or type N for none. That's French. Okay, so we went German, we went English, Spanish, now you're getting French. Everyone here wants me to say OE. Is that right? OE? Okay. OOE. So type O for we. I don't know. Alicia in the background just started screaming wee. I'm getting kind of worried about what's going on down there. So type O for we or type N for non. Should the Raiders sign DeShawn Shead? Let me talk about the guy, though, okay? So he worked out for the Raiders on Monday. He used to play for the Seahawks. Played for the Lions as well. He was on that Super Bowl winning team, which I actually think is not talked about nearly enough when a player has playoff experience. And you're looking at a team right now for the Oakland Raiders who they don't have any playoff experience. So maybe if you get a player who has been successful, won a Super Bowl, could maybe teach some of these younger players the right things to do, because the further and further we get down the year, we're going to be going up against challenges that we've never had before. And so he started 23 games in his career, and in 2018, I get it, he only played in one game. But you're looking at a veteran. You're looking at a big player at 6'2" who is physical, and you could look at him helping us out on defense. So I talked about 5 players that the Raiders could look at in free agency. So I want to know from everyone watching right now. I'm going to leave this on screen for a little bit. So out of the 5 players that you see on the screen, which of these 5 players would you want the Raiders to sign? I'm going to leave this up for a little bit. I'll give some shout-outs here to some of the people that get their votes in. So TJ McDonald is A. George Iloka is B. Preston Brown is C. Jermaine Whitehead is D. And then DeShawn has F. So A, B, C, D, or F, which player would you want the Raiders to sign? Throw it in the comment section below. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky Heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this, I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.